G'day guys, Joseph here. Welcome to another episode of Guides on Polus. This time it'll be Crewmate tips and tricks. And as you guys saw before, here's the map for Polus. And there's a lot of tasks everywhere on Polus. So let's just get into the game. If you haven't watched any of my other videos, please watch the initial tour around Polus. And this is like kind of the Crewmate thing as well. So Crewmate, there are generally 3 common tasks. One of them being key, as I said before, is keys. So if you have keys, go up to it and do it. If you don't have keys, don't go up to it, okay? Otherwise people will suspect that you're an imposter, because people do, hone in on the common tasks. And that's one thing you should watch out as well, if people are doing common tasks that don't exist. Like, for example, the other common task in Polus is wires, swipe card, and boarding pass. So if someone's trying to do boarding pass or swipe card, when you have neither of those, they're generally an imposter. Now, the other one is this lovely thing here, the galaxy thing. And basically what you want to do quickly is you want to do dropship tasks within 10 seconds. Otherwise, an imposter can kill and drop ship, and it's most likely that it isn't going to get reported. Now, next up is another task area in storage shed. Do not do storage shed first. What's going to happen is that since everyone's trawling at the ship, it's most likely that imposters are monitoring storage shed. If they see anyone going in, they'll immediately turn the lights off, and by the time you get back out with the first fuel canister, you'll be killed right about here. Imposter will use the hole, and no one will be none the wiser on how you died. Now, there's also a weather node here as well. You're free to use that because you're very, very unlikely that, the imposter will get to that vent before anyone, calls a body or lights can be fixed. And, that's pretty much it. To be a good crewmate, what you got to do is you either go down to electric or you go down to labs. If you go down to O2, or O2 in the end, there's no real way to discern whether a person is an imposter or a crewmate, as this area is just generally a lot of small tasks with download and stuff like that as well. So it's not really much you can discern if they're going to be a crewmate or not. Now, the areas you want to check out, if you're the last person in O2, you want to just double check all these little areas just in case there's a body in here as well when you come in here, so you can potentially catch an imposter, maybe venting or something like that. Now, once you're done with O2, this is generally what I call the first circuit, is that you would go around here. If you got a weapon node, do it. Check comms, check weapons, and then go straight into office. Now, you probably have a lot of office tasks. You might have gone water bottle. You can do water bottle here. If you got wiring, you might be able to do wiring here. And then at the same time, what you want to do is you want to check admin, check where people are, then check vitals. And depending on that, that's when you start hunting for bodies. You can even do the crewmate tasks here. And as you can see here, I've got a body here, and I can just report it pretty easily. That was from the previous game, just in case you guys wonder when I was doing the imposter tips. Now, that's the first circuit. The next circuit is a bit tougher. And basically, it generally has a lot of things. This is depending on which node you have, by the way. If you have this node, do this node right away. If you see anyone on this node or on another node, basically what you do is you just play Guardian Angel of them, and you want to monitor if they click the button here, okay? So most people, what they do is they get 2-part tasks, and they immediately do it and click the button. If a person does that, generally they are safe. Imposters can fake that as well, but generally if anyone does that, they are safe. Some imposters might try and fake storage shed as well. If someone legitimately does storage shed, you might want to stay around with them, stay with them and do your tasks together. The main reason why you want as crew to stack together is to make the imposter jobs harder, make them to do more brazen and crazy things to ensure they can kill all of you effectively. And people complain about, crew stacking, stuff like that. It's kind of the imposter's fault if the crew is allowed to stack. But that's one way to tell is, if they do a 2-part task. Another one is if they do med scan, of course. The original one, doing med scan, and you have waiting for a person doing med scan. In most lobbies, there's a rule against hitting escape and then letting the other person get on and checking. Basically, the person who gets on must finish med scan unless, of course, a report happens. Now, at this point, if you got a buddy, you can definitely go down to Specimen, okay, that buddy, because he's definitely in his crew, and you can both go down into Specimen. Now, the only thing that can really undo you is a double kill in Specimen, and most times imposters will not go into Specimen, if they're going to be seen, and most generally lab and they're going to be seen. You can both do tasks here, get the hardest task area out the way other than storage, and this is circuit 2 effectively. So you go back into here, go back to Specimen, you go back up, check admin, then check vitals, and then basically that's your second circuit done. By this time, someone should have found a corpse already and, reported it. So that's the 2 cycles you can do, is the cycle through lab, into Specimen, to admin, check vitals, done. The other one is to go into electrical, If you have any tasks here, do that. Go to O2, do those tasks, and then walk back here into here. Now, second round. So second round, what happens, if you're still alive, you get started here. Basically, you can use this to do that if you didn't do that in the end, but you can use that to do all your office tasks and then go on your merry way back to, wherever you haven't been yet. This is the time if you want to do weapons and comms, just after a round. And if you've done, any wireless or medical samples, you can go back up there and do it as well. But those are the circuits you kind of, need to do. If you found your buddy already, just stick with your buddy regardless. Don't rely on the circuits to do your tasks and, go hunt for killers. Just pretty much stay with your buddy. Now, also things as well you got to just watch out for as crew is when you go into storage shed, just make sure no one sees you going to storage shed. Because most bosses do keep an eye on storage shed, so as you're feeling like that and they see you go in, it's going to be a freebie kill for them and it's going to come in and kill you. So just make sure no one sees you going in. But if anyone's, if you're doing this at the moment, that's fine. Because, you're going to be easy to find. But if anyone sees you going into storage shed, just watch out. And generally what I do as well is just do one storage shed task and then go on to the next. And in the next round afterwards, I go back into storage shed and do the second task. So I have refuel done pretty early. But overall, that's like most of my crewmate tips on Polus. It's kind of like the normal tips in general for Among Us as crew. Just, if you clear each other for kills and stuff like that, just mainly stick together. It's up to the imposters to split you apart. The imposters got to split you apart with seismic, lights and stuff like that. If they don't, it's kind of on them. I do see a lot of lobbies where imposters complain that crewmates stack too much. And it's like, dude, well, you got to start killing a lot quicker, or start sussing people, or start seismicing. Don't let them clear each other. And that's kind of number one rule there. As crew, you want to stick together, especially if you have people you can clear. Imposters, you want to basically blow them apart. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it today. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. See you guys later. If you guys enjoyed the channel, sub below, and hope you guys have a wonderful day.